Okay, folks, here we are today, April 23rd. We're at Berthoud Gun Club. Beautiful little trap club, 2 traps, a lot of high-powered shooters here today. We're going to learn quite a bit. We'll try and get some interviews with one gentleman, for example, that had 50,000 registered handicap birds. I mean, that's incredible. That's shooting a lot of trap, believe me. We're going to try and get that 27-yard punch. I'm at the 26.5 right now. I need to shoot a 96 or better in handicap, and we'll see what we can do. We're going to interview some Colorado Hall of Famers. So stay tuned. This could be a great day. Okay, folks, we are here with the Lindermans right now, Gary and Lori, and I shoot with them all the time. They're fantastic shots. They're a couple, married couple, and they just absolutely burn the field up most of the time. Lori shot a 94 today. Gary shot a 96, which typically is kind of low for him. He's normally shooting 99 to 100. But, well, welcome to Rackett.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
I'd like to ask you one question. That is, what is the 2 most important things that you would recommend to a trap shooter when they're learning trap? I mean, what do they need to do?
Well, I think they need to be patient, first of all, because it's like you said, it's a lifetime experience. I mean, every day is different. You have different conditions. You have different. You know, the sun's different, the wind is blowing, whatever. Just be patient, don't get discouraged. You see the target, you hit the target. And that's basically my advice to somebody beginning.
So if you don't have that patience, what you're saying is it could get ugly.
It could get ugly very fast. I mean, it's a very patient sport. And a lot of it's between your ears.
Right here, right?
That's right.
Between the ears.
That's right.
Lori, how about you? What do you think?
Oh, I struggle with don't pull the trigger till you actually see the bird. That's
the bird.
my struggle.
Right.
I had the problem with the patience. It
Yeah.
took me a long time to, and I'm still struggling.
So do you hold a high gun or do you hold down on the house?
I probably hold down closer to the house.
Closer to the
I've
house?
tried higher and it worked for a while, but I probably do better closer to the house.
So you're not going to that bird until you see that bird come out of the house.
Right.
You're not moving that gun.
Right.
Okay. And how long have you guys been shooting trap?
I've been shooting traps since about 95.
95.
Yeah. I started probably in about 99. We
Yeah.
took about 6 or 7 years off somewhere in there and just picked it back up probably
3 or 4
3
years
or 4 years ago.
3 or 4 years
Been
ago.
shooting even more than we did then. So
Isn't it a great sport?
Oh, I
for
love it.
couples.
It's a blast.
I mean, just, you know, we'd love to have you up at Rackett and
Yeah.
you guys come up and relax and shoot and
We'd
train.
love to go up there.
We'd love to see you
yeah,
up there.
we'd
Yeah.
like to do that.
We'd love to do that.
Okay, stay tuned. We got a lot more interviews today. Okay, folks, we are honored and privileged today to be with Scott McIntyre, who is about to shoot his 50,000th handicap round in trap. And I want to congratulate you, Scott. Thank you. Good job. How long have you been shooting trap?
Been shooting since I was 12 years old, competitively with ATA since 1987.
1987. Wow, that's a lot of rounds.
Yeah.
50,000. How many practice rounds have you shot in between?
Probably, it's hard to guess, you know. My big years I've shot somewhere between 15 and 20,000 total registered targets.
Right.
And I figure I shoot just as many targets.
Wow, that's a lot of rounds. Well, Scott, let me ask you something. We're here to kind of share ideas with people who shoot trap and to try to bring them into the sport. What is the 2 most important things that someone should know about trap, do you think?
Well, first thing, of course, is have fun. It's a sport, it's a game, you know, and you got to enjoy it. Really, 99% of shooting comes down to doing the basics correctly and then focus. Once we get to the point that you and I are at, we've got thousands and thousands of targets. Usually when we miss, it's either because we do some little fundamental thing wrong,
Right.
or we're not focused and ready when we call it the target.
Right. To get to that point, would you recommend a good coach for beginners?
Definitely a good coach, and I really recommend that somebody works with one coach.
Right.
The problem, if they start listening to too many people, they'll have them working on too many different things at the same time and get them confused. The whole thing is a good coach will get you to work on one or two things. And then when you have that working right, then they'll move on to the next thing.
Right.
Until you hopefully have it.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, Scott, I want to really congratulate you again, and I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us at the Rackett, and hopefully some of you out there can pick up what Scott said and maybe help your game. Stay tuned, we've got some more great interviews coming. Okay, we are honored and privileged to be with a Colorado Hall of Famer, Claude Henze. And Claude, I would like to ask you, how long have you been shooting trap?
I started back in 1972, quite a while ago.
Yeah.
I used to be young.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of trap, my friend.
It's a lot of trap shooting.
Now,
yeah.
you were an athlete before that, weren't you?
Yeah, I played soccer in college. I'm a tennis instructor right now.
So
So
you've got that athletic ability.
in the background, yeah.
Let me ask you this: what would you think the two most important things that the beginner trap shooter, or let's say intermediate trap shooter, should know about trap? What's the most important?
Well, I'd say two things. One is stay away from booze, and the other is stay away from women.
Well, there you have it. I mean, we've got. Okay, let's take it to 3 and 4.
Oh, 3 and 4. Okay.
That's great. That's great.
Gun fit's a big deal. What exactly gun fit is hard to say. Kind of an individual thing.
Right.
And the other thing is not to be afraid to experiment. You know.
Try different things.
Yeah. I mean, never be satisfied. Always see if you can do something that just help you a little bit more. Yeah.
Would you recommend any coaches or the beginner
Yeah.
to get the fundamentals?
I think the beginner shooter coaching would be very helpful. After a while, it's up to you. Yeah.
Pretty much each shooter, it's an individual thing. I
Right.
mean, what feels comfortable and what you hit the bird with.
Yeah, it takes a lot of self-analysis
Yeah.
and a lot of experimentation, and sometimes it's very frustrating, but you just have to keep trying new things.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Claude, let me ask you this. How did you become a Hall of Famer shooter?
I guess I've been pretty consistent over the years. Yeah.
Well, I shoot with you quite a bit in practice, and I will tell you this. For fundamentals, Claude Henze is probably the premier shooter that I know. His fundamentals are impeccable. And I think that is probably one of the most important things is the fundamentals, your setup, and how you approach that bird. So we want to thank you, Claude,
Thank you
for
very much.
your time, and thank you very
buddy.
much.
Thank you. Good luck.
All right, we are privileged to have Jerry Steigerwald, who is the one of the participants in this club, which is a fantastic club. We had a great time today. Yours truly happened to be able to take the singles and the handicap, and so we're really excited about that. And guess what? I got my punch to the 27-yard line, which
Excellent.
I'm really excited about. And so I want to compliment you,
Great.
Jerry, on such a great,
It was a
great
good time.
range.
Good, glad you're here.
It's a 2-trap range. It's very organized. When you come in, they've got it down to a science. And how many squads did we have today?
We had 7 singles, we had 7 handicap, and we had 3 doubles.
3 doubles.
Yep.
And so it was a great time. We had some great shooters. You guys got to meet some of them. We had 2 Hall of Famers from Colorado, and a lot of really good shooters, a lot of 27-yard shooters. It was really exciting. Jerry, I'd like to ask you, what 2 things that a beginning trap shooter or an intermediate trap shooter, what are the 2 most important things, in your opinion, they can do to improve their game?
Yeah, my opinion is fitting of the gun, critical. Going to the pattern board, shooting the pattern board, seeing where the gun's shooting so you know what you're shooting at.
Right.
And the other thing is practice.
Practice.
The more practice you do, the better you'll be. And nothing can replace practice.
Repetition.
Repetition, absolutely.
Fantastic. And again, we had a great time, and we'll see you at the Rackett. Okay, folks, I'm really excited. We just got done with doubles. We took the championship for singles, and we took the championship for handicap. Happened to shoot a 94 in handicap at the 26.5-yard line. And guess what? Yours truly got that half yard. So we're now at 27. We're really excited about it. You know, we can now shoot with the dogs, and so we're excited. Now, we did have some temporary lapse, and that is in the doubles. So I wound up, I guess I was thinking too much about the other stuff, and I wound up shooting the first round of 50. I shot a 38, just did horribly. And then the next round we picked it up and shot a 45. So not good. We wound up shooting a, what was it, 83, I think it was. Well below my average of 88. But the good news is we're now traveling back to the Rackett, and we're going to take a lesson from Mr. Richard Marshall Jr. So we're excited about that. We're going to spend the whole day tomorrow with him on just doubles. So we're at AA now in singles. We are at the 27-yard line. And now we got to get that AA status for doubles. We're now classified as a B. So we've got 2 classifications to climb up, and hopefully we'll get there at or by the state shoot, June 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. So with that, let's get in our truck, and we're going to head on up to Llewellyn to hunt the Rackett, and we'll see you there.